The
All
views and
right,
opinion.
KC.
Okay.
Go ahead, kick it
I
off,
was just gonna
KC.
say the views and opinions of on the show tonight is only for the three gentlemen on the show. It's not the views and opinions of the Stateside Reds platform. But anyway, this is another version of United Untapped. Um, Let me get the sponsors out of the way. We're brought to you by Valorian, Manukin, and Shagidian, one of the finest personal injury law firms located in beautiful Encino, California. But if you call saying that you heard about them through this show at 747-444-4444, they'll deal with you. You can call them try to call them from international. They'll pick up the phone. You can call them from out of state. They'll definitely deal with you. They deal with everything, personal injury, loss of jobs, wrongful death, a lot of stuff. Just don't go on the killing spree because they don't want to deal with that, but they'll definitely find somebody to deal with that. Business law, they do all of that. Baloran, Manukian, and Gideon, I love them. They've been supporting the show from day one, been supporting this platform since day one. And our next sponsor is Red Devil Threads. I think I'm wearing a Red Devils thread t-shirt here. Hated, adored, but never ignored. We're going to get into that. Make sure you use the Stateside Reds code and get 10% off. Red Devil Threads. Magnificent, magnificent merch. And let's get into it, gentlemen. Like I said, this is United Untapped. We talk about Manchester United plus other things. But one consistent thing every show we will talk about is Manchester United. That's Jeremy. That's Brian. Uh, please do drink responsibly and make sure you're of the right age. In the States, you got to be 21. In UK, you just got to be 18, which is magnificent. Today, I'm drinking something called Zakecki, which is a Polish ale. I love it. I'm a fan of it, but when I get my supplies from B, we're gonna be all be drinking stuff from Bree's show. But anyway, B's place. So anyway, let's get into it. Germ, Brian, it is a Sunday. We usually do this on a Friday, but we're going to be committed to our people and try to do it once a week. How we doing, Germ? What's going on? How's your
We're
Sunday?
doing good, man. Doing good over here, catching up on the thread with you guys. I didn't even get a chance to see the post about Garnacho until I seen you guys post it on the thread. So I didn't really get a chance to kind of react to it until I started seeing you guys kind of comment on it. So I know that's kind of like the hot topic right now with the like United fans, or at least in our group. Um, yeah, man, it's just it looks like he's already, to me personally, just kind of just right. What I see is he's, you could say he's checked out of United. He's already trying to move on to a different team. And I mean, for him, for his career, we can't really blame him. Maybe the way he's going about it is not the best approach to it, but he's young, and who not at that age made many mistakes. Granted, we did not have the platform that he had, but again, could he have gone it a better way? Of course, he could have. So, yeah, man, he's out of here.
B, you saw the picture. What are we talking about? People's Garnacho posing in front of the Ferrari and the Lamborghini with the Marcus Rashford Aston Villa kit on, and it says on his IG page, and it says drip. Um, what do you think about that? I mean, a lot of people seem to be upset. Some people, I've heard people say they're not surprised. But and majority, everybody's just, I've heard a lot of people saying they don't understand because all he's doing is hurting himself because, yeah, he's out the door here, but he's actually now auditioning for a job. He's interviewing for jobs right now. When you're being petulant to your previous employer and people who put money in your bank account, even though it ended bad, it just kind of looks like, are you worth it to me? Some clubs got to be like, do we want to deal with this? Do we want this in our locker room? But anyway, what's your opinions?
I I've been a big I don't want to sell Garnacho unless we have to guy
Yeah, yeah.
up until I saw that fucking post. And honestly, that post was like, as a fan, was like a stab in the back. Like, you're trying to be divisive, you're trying to stir shit up. Like, I mean, there's no nothing constructive on posting that. Like Rashford's back with United. Rashford's your teammate. It just I lost it. Like ship him. I'm done with the kid. And but it does. I think I said this in our thread. Like it does us no favors. He's looking petulant. He's a head case, and his numbers are okay. But like, does that are his numbers worth dealing with that kind of like mentality in the locker room? And I don't think. If I'm like Napoli or Juventus manager, I'm like, you want me to deal with this motherfucker? Like honestly. It just shows immaturity and a lack of professionalism and not being able to read the room. Like, dude, you need to, like you said, he's auditioning for all these other clubs. And like we're trying to give you what you want, but you're doing this dumb shit. And like who wants to deal with this? You know what I mean? It's the same thing with like Sancho. Everyone's like, I mean, they both have like suitors now, but nothing's done. He hasn't inked the deal. You know what I mean? It just seems, yeah, I don't see the point of why he did it. And as someone who was like backing him, like wanting him to grow and develop here.
Yeah. I know that feeling.
I don't want that here. I don't want that. I'm with like Amram. Like, I like the way Amram's handling it. Get the egos out and get the players in. You know what I mean?
One thing you said that I totally feel where you're coming from. I also supported Garnacho. I also felt disappointed at the way it ended. Understandingly, I knew, he was the fault, but then the club also. I mean, his protest from the finals, from the Europa League finals. I get it. He helped us get to that final, and then for him to not start questionable, and then you start Mason Mount, who's someone who was basically hurt the whole season, and even when his play hasn't been really productive, and then for him to play late in the match, I get his anger and his frustration.
100%.
So I was with him, but I also told myself, but you can't have this rebellion against the club or more importantly, the coach like that. You're never going to win when you go against the coach and kind of undermines his authority. You know what I'm saying? So I get it, and I supported Garnacho. And I've always posted. I posted yesterday. The last thing I want to do is see him go play for another Premier League club and bang in 18 goals a season, because it's going to hurt us in the heart. This is our guy. I wanted to see him develop with us. And it was just yesterday. There's a thread on 1870 Casuals Ross Clap Facebook page of people going at it over Garnacho and his treatment. And some people said, nah, we want to see these guys develop. And it was going back and forth. And then it seems like everybody woke up to this picture and it was like, well, fuck it then. Well, what's the point of defending this guy? He just, people went from back for him.
That's how I felt. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, no, dude, just chill, my G. Just chill. I mean, yeah, we understand, but then come on, this is not accidental. Come on, y'all.
Yeah.
This was calculated. You just don't put on the Rashford Aston Villa jersey and
put on the Rashford. Yeah.
Come on, bro. You're really just telling us more middle figures to United and to supporters, to people who backed him.
It's the same thing as the fucking Sancho freedom post.
Yeah, like, what do you mean freedom?
It ain't no. You're not doing anything constructive. You're just trying to be a little dick and poke. You want to poke at something? Like, no.
Jeremy, is there a disconnect with these players where they just don't understand is, okay, this is your career too, so everything you do is documented either to help you or go against you. You saying freedom with the club, all the Manchester United did for Jadon Sancho was, I knew the beat was at Eric Ten Hag, but really, you had some mental problems. We send you off to go to rehabbing. Come back, not even broke the British record or something for you, paid you. Came back. Yeah, you and Eric Tagoff fell out, and then it was just like you the one that said I'm staying home and not playing. There. I remember supporters saying that he should just come back and play, suck it up. Don't put this bad attitude. But I'm saying my point is, Jeremy, it seems like these players. I don't know if their brands are so important to them that they don't even understand that it's a club and supporters that make your brand. Yeah, you're talented and all that, but if we don't follow you and like you, you won't have 6 million followers. It's us. Most people's brands are represented by how much people support them.
Yeah.
Ganacho being a United Academy player, being a first teamer by the time he was 23 years, at the age of 20, he's already been a first teamer for 3 years, which is incredible. We and us, it's our validation saying, yeah, we love him. Yeah, remember the picture of the fucking Ross Clot, 4 of them doing this.
Oh yeah.
That was just a year ago.
Him, Manu, and Ahmad on the stand. Yeah. I got
I
that
don't know,
magnet
man.
in the fridge from Red Devil.
Yeah. The thing that is, I mean, I see them different. The thing what Sancho did and what Garnacho did.
Yeah.
The whole Sancho thing with the whole freedom thing, that's like,
Oh,
all right, man, yeah. But with Garnacho, it's more like, okay, he's young. He feels like he has a big ego, right? So I feel like I don't know what he has in his head, like internally, but it just comes off like he feels like he's better than he actually is, right? So his ego is through the roof. Which rightfully so, man. A football player at that age, playing in the Premier League, starting X amount of games like he did, he feels like, you know what, I should be starting these games. I should be starting these finals. And if he's not, it feels like for his career, it's going to be a detriment if he stays here within the Amarim system. But the way he's going about it, it's kind of like he's burning some bridges, right? Especially biting off the hand that fed you. All these fans that just wanted him, clamoring for him, defending him. When he did that, it's like a slap to the face, right? For like you guys or for me, because same, I would have liked to have seen him here, especially the shirts. You saw the pictures with him, with Kabi, and then Rasmus. It was supposed to be them, the youth movement that were going to take this team and bring it to the forefront. Exactly, with the mod. But I mean, this type of stuff happens, and unfortunately, like I said, the way he's going about it, just unprofessional. I just hope we just sell him, man. At this point, we just have to sell him.
It's funny. I'm going on YouTube because I'm gonna go through my other thing so I can't read the comments. If you see any comments, Jeremy, read it. Yeah. Mark Goldbridge has on his YouTube Rashford and pictures of Garnacho that says "Get out now, get out now." This is what it's come to.
Yeah, but Rashford's been chill, man. Rashford's just training. All I just see is picture of Rashford in the gym. Rashford doing this, like. He's not talking shit. He's not wearing his Villa shirt. He's not wearing his Villa shirt. Fucking Garnacho wearing it. Get the fuck out. But
he did respond. He said, "My bro."
Rashford's handling it better. Rashford's also a little older, but they don't understand. It's like the
Rashford's twerking.
The players think the clubs work for them or something, and it's like, no, you are employed by this club. This is your job, and all of us that have to go into work, and if we did some, post some petulant shit online about our job places, we might lose them. You know what I mean?
But just think though, if you lose a job with a company, and then you went on Instagram and posted a picture of you burning your old company's t-shirt, it looks a little insane. Like, I know that's not what happened.
Like, it's 100%. It just it doesn't make him look good. I'd be real wary. Like I said, any potential managers, if they gotta say like, well, you see what this shit he's doing, like, so I don't know. I just want him sold. I'm over it now. I'm done with it.
It's funny. What about how Rashford's acting? He's offering himself up to. Go ahead.
Right before you go, Casey, we have let's give a shout out to Ali Tariq. He said, "What's good, guys?"
What's up, Ali?
What's good, Ali?
My real name is Sug. Can y'all shout me out? What's up, Sug? How's it going?
What's up, Sug? Yeah, I like that.
I haven't seen you on here. shout out to wherever you're from, all stateside Reds or wherever you're from. You're all invited to always come on and give a shout out and let your opinion
No,
be heard
he
out
could be
here.
international. He could be up late.
Yep. We got also
Good morning.
Huncho 11, Rashford, his big bro chill guys.
Um. Okay. Well, Ancho, I'm not on Rashford. I'm just saying that one thing I'm tripping off Rashford is he's offering himself up to teams where. I mean, that looks kind of loose. Like, why? Yeah, I'm offering myself up to one of the Kardashians. What's going on? What's happening? What's happening? I'm available. I'm officially available for a Kardashian right now.
Hey, and
Or
this and we got a comment for all of us over here. Stateside Red Mikey. Shout out to Mikey from ATL. He got y'all rattled. So what you guys
who's
got to
got
say
who
about
rattled?
that?
Who's rattled?
Garnacho. I'm assuming Garnacho has all
No,
of us
I'm
United fans
actually
rattled. He got
I'm
y'all
not
rattled.
rattled. I feel bad for
No.
him because
I'm just done with
all
him.
he's doing is making it harder to sell him.
Mhm.
You know, and
He
it's
gave
like
you
you
less
see the
money.
chick. It's like he looks like a chick in a bad breakup.
Damn.
Telling all, yeah, he did this, he don't do this,
She
Just
got a
break
new
up, bro.
boyfriend's band. Her boyfriend, new boyfriend's in a band. She got that band shirt on. She's like, "What's
Yeah, she
up?"
got that. You
She
know what I'm
got that new
saying?
band on. Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He treated me bad. Like, come on, chill out. Just chill out. Let the breakup be good, you know? But,
Yeah.
it
What
is what
happened?
it is. It is what it is, you know? And the one thing I thought what really got me was I was just defending Garnacho yesterday. Uh,
Exactly.
I'm with my family, defending Garnacho yesterday, and today he come out
I'm
with
like,
the
you don't
rash.
want to be here. Like, why am I going to support you any further? Why
But
am I
I
going to
get he don't want to
waste
be
my
here, but
brain
just
space with you?
chill, move on, my G. Come on, Brody, move on. You're moving like a waste gal right now. Just chill out.
Ooh, let's see. Huncho 11, Rashford living his life, and you can't deny his aura, guys. Fan base always exaggerating.
Um, I'm not gonna deny Rashford is taking some bad treatment, but listen, shout out to Honcho 11. Rashford when he came out and said, "I need a new Ross Clock challenge, and I don't think I can do it here." I was done. What
Yeah.
challenge? What Ross Clock? What have you done here? FA Cup? Yeah, you won a Europa. You ain't won no Premier League. You ain't won no Champion League. You ain't really brought
It was the
United back to the
same
floor.
thing as this Garnacho post for me. Same thing as a Garnacho post.
I respect your comment, but remember, he left us, my G. He told us peace, and I know the fan base. Some of the parts of the fan base was not good on Rashford. I don't
Rashford got
condone
it.
that.
Rashford
I
got it.
don't condone that. You know what I'm saying? He came to the States, went to the Knick game. Casemiro was also out here in the States too, but Rashford took all the blame. He took all all that. He didn't give the new coach a chance. You know what I'm saying? He didn't. He kind of abandoned the club when we was down. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Also,
you. Go
looks like
ahead.
his response is what you want him to say if Amarim said publicly that he is lazy and he needs to move.
Did he say that?
So, Hancho 11, who are you referring to? Is this about Rashford or Garnacho? I'm assuming
Yeah,
Rashford, right?
I don't remember. Amber called Rashford lazy. I remember him saying, "I want the best for Rashford. I want to help Rashford. I want
I
the best for him."
remember. I think he just was indirectly. Emran was always saying, "I pick the people that are giving me the most effort in training."
And
When he
what people
when
was
pe-
that?
when
Rashford or
people were
Garnacho,
asking
right?
why is Rashford not being picked to start, he says, "I give
Yeah, I
the
remember
starting
that.
spots to the people." So it was like an indirect, like Rashford's not performing, in training during the week.
And it was two men. And how to respect you. I respect your comment. I love this. It was
I
two
don't know that he
women.
said it directly.
So he
Well,
said this to the two, but he forced Rashford out. So referring to Amarim, said it to both
how you
Rashford and
forcing
Garnacho.
my G out when you're asking him to work hard? Amber says when he came into the first walk into Carrington, he's seeing guys with egos. Guys look like
Mhm.
they were distancing themselves from their teammates. He didn't see a vibe. He didn't see everybody as a team. He saw one man over here with his crew, one man over here with his crew.
All
So
clicked
then
up. All clicked up.
so then Amber said he wanted to build a new culture. So first thing he said to man, everybody, I want to see everybody working hard, busting, giving me everything in practice. Two people he labeled and said, I by not playing it was Garnacho and Rashford. Remember this. Next thing you know, Garnacho is playing because coach says, well, Garnacho took my constructive criticism and started to train hard in practice. Why Rashford is still not participating with the team? Because Rashford did not give the man what he wants. So when you got a new coach, and I know anybody interrupt me if you want, when you have a new coach, new in the building, you need to impress him. You can't keep no old feelings you had for the previous coaches or whatever going on. If you really want to play for Manchester United, he should have been like, I'm trying to impress this guy. And he never did that. So Amber, by all right, had to move him on. Okay. What Hancho say?
So he's saying now, don't deny Rashford was the best player of the team for years with Pogba. You can't deny Rashford is skillful, but some type players want to live like rappers like him, Lingard, Sancho, Pogba, etc.
Damn. Rappers. Wait. Wait. Is he saying Rashford wants to live like a rapper?
Don't deny Rashford was the best player for the team. Okay.
He was. He was.
Okay.
Next to Bruno, yeah.
He had some time for a while.
Listen, Rashford.
Last season. This season's this season. Rashford just dropped off a cliff. Like he had some good years, and then it just I don't know what happened.
Yo, if Rashford was scoring, and the worst part about it, I'm sorry to cut you off, B. Jeremy,
No.
If Rashford scored, if Amber walked in the door and Rashford had 12 goals already scored, you can work with that. You feel me? Coaches are going to be like, all right. I know the man is a little bit off, but he's still bagging in 12 goals. So let me reach him. Let me go chat with this guy and see what's going on. But when you're not doing nothing, it's easy for a coach to be like, fuck this Ross Club. I don't need this.
When you have the numbers and then you show a lack of effort in training, that's why you don't have the numbers. So
you're right. So he's correlating that.
Why am I giving you minutes? Earn your minutes.
In every sport. It's in every sport. If a new coach come in the door and be like, Ray, this guy's averaging 3 points a game and he's not training hard, what's the point? What's the point?
Gotcha. Matthew Fisher, shout out to Matthew saying sell Rashi, sell Garney, sell Anthony, sell Shaw, sell either Hoyland or Side. Sideshow Xerxes, sell Delo, sell Malacia.
Sideshow Xerxes.
He went in. Salute out to that's my guy fishing ship, ACJ God. Stand up. Xerxes is cool.
And he said it went to Rashi's head though. He thinks he's bigger than United and the sport. He's not. Sell him to Barca or Real. Just sell him.
Does anyone?
We couldn't get a case of Modelo and a pack of Camels for Shaw right now. Shaw, no club. MLS won't buy Shaw. That's all I gotta say. MLS
Shaw is gonna retire a center back, a left side center back for Manchester United Football Club.
And shout out to Swampil Valvi. Good morning, guys. GGMU, Glory Man United. Shout out to you, Swampil. My bad if I'm butchering your name. I apologize.
Yeah. Let us know where you chiming in from too. When you come in, let us know because right now it's 6:30 p.m. in the West Coast. It's 9:30 p.m. in the East Coast. I think there's a close game, and why are we not watching the NBA championship? We don't care, huh? It's so ill, huh? You watching it, Jeremy?
I don't get it.
I'm watching the highlights, but not really the game. Full disclosure, I'm too cheap right now. I'm not paying for there's so many streaming services that I'm already on right now. I'm actually waiting for the 7 p.m. game right now, Mexico against Costa Rica. So that's why.
Oh my God, you had to bring up CONCACAF.
Yeah. But before that, let me just keep on with some of these comments.
Yeah,
we
hit him with the
got we
comment.
got Mark saying contact local authorities and let them know that Matthew Fisher is in the chat.
Yeah, Fish.
Oh
Hey.
damn! Gee.
I was gonna say some shit about Fish, but I love him. Let me
He
let
said he
him
brought
know.
Spurs come to our beloved pub and then they won their first title in how long?
Wait a minute, he didn't bring. Oh, he brought that guy again. No. Where did we watch the Spurs final? Where is that? I was at work, so no. I took the work off. Oh man, it's crazy when you're old. It's easy to when you guys get in your 50s. It's easy to
Oh,
erase
India.
things from your mind. Shout out to
Yeah.
India.
Shout out to India Swamp Hill. I was out there a few years ago, out there
He
at
sure was.
Agra, Rajasthan, and Mumbai. So shout out to you, man.
You don't know Stateside Reds is international. We
Yeah, man.
international. We use our
United
passports.
fans, huge over there in India.
Oh, I
And
don't want to talk about geopolitics. We're not doing that this week. No.
no, I'm just talking about United fans all over. The reach we have as a club
What's
worldwide.
Honcho 11 said? I love
He
Honcho
said,
11.
I think Moise Keane of Fiorentina can be one if you give him the chance. Look at him and give us your opinion, guys. I think Moise Keane of Fiorentina.
Oh,
All right. So he's giving us some scouting report here on
I don't know that guy.
to check him out.
Yeah.
Me either.
I when it comes to players, I hope our club reaches out like that because let's keep it real. How many guys do you think we realistically can get this window?
And Buemo and one more.
Yeah, I'm thinking like
if
two
Sancho
more.
goes, if Nacho goes, if Rashi goes. We need two of those three have to go, and otherwise it's just Embuemo. And maybe
Beto said 3 or 4.
3 or 4. I think
Shout
it's
Beto.
more around 2. Shout out Beto. I think it's more around 3 or 4 myself too. And it's like
We'll get one after Embuemo if Embuemo happens.
oh, he's talking about the 4 in Moises Keane. Shit, he's 25. What's his stats like? Oh, you know who else is at Florentina? David De
Can I
Gea.
get him for a song?
His
De Gea's
stats.
gonna be like, "You want to go to that shit?" Oh,
He got
boy.
19. He got in all stats. He got 20 goals, 3 assists. What's his
At
market
25?
value?
Eh.
What's his market value?
How big is
Transfer
he?
market. He is. And salute to who gave us his info again. This is what we're
It
here
was
for.
Hancho 11. Hancho 11.
Shout out to Huncho
Oh,
11.
Nacho.
Accept and
So
continue.
what Beto's saying here and Bumo's already done. I guess we're just waiting for Brentford to sign his replacement.
Bro,
that's already-
July
That's already
1st.
2.
July 1st is where it's at. I'm telling you. We
I
all
see
need
that
to just
50
chill.
with
I'm trying to see
Damn
his market
man.
value. Oh, he's 50 mil? 50 million euros. So that's what?
50 million euros. That's probably
Yeah.
like I don't know, 12
How old is he though?
12 mil pounds.
Wait a minute, how old is he? Age.
25.
even-
not bad. Does he got some meat on his bones? I don't need no little skinny ass striker. We need somebody that
He's 1.83 centimeters. I hate that shit. We're so in the States. It's like, can you give it to us in feet, please?
All right. So since we already got Cunha and Mbumo, so that's already 2. What we need 2, 3 more right here. Hancho saying we need at least I mean, we all agree on that. A striker. I don't know about goalkeeper.
We have to get
Striker, goalkeeper, midfielder, and a winger.
Is
not gonna get
anybody
goalie. We're not gonna
anybody
get goalie.
concerned that if we get Cunha and Bumo, they might be like, we might not need a striker because one of
we need a
those.
striker. We gotta get a striker.
I'm just saying.
I'm thinking that would have probably been the previous front office, but the way this front office moves, it looks like they're more football people, so they know that even though we're getting 2 attacking 10s that are great in their own respect, we need that number 9 to just put us up there in the front and just get us goals.
We don't need to burn Cheeto out early like
Cheeto.
like we've done with Rasmus. Rasmus, we fucking torched, dude. Like put a little young kid in there, dude. Like you're the guy. Get out there and be somebody. You know what I mean? We got Xerxes, who's not really a 9 to back you up. Get out there, score all these goals. Like it's too much for United. All the pressure United gets, no, it's too much for a 20-year-old.
Yeah, it is too much.
We gotta get that fit. If he's 15 million euros, which is I don't know, probably 12, 13 million pounds, I'd score that guy. Get him. Fuck it. You know what I mean? We got if we're not gonna get Osimhen or if sales are lagging, we gotta get. I like the Mbumo being the priority right now. Goalkeeper's not gonna happen unless somebody comes in with some crazy offer for Onana. Onana's not gonna get paid what he's paid to be the number 2.
I don't like Andy
We're not
for
gonna
40.
bring in a new number 2 to what I mean? We got Heaton. We just signed Heaton for 2 more years.
I think the Andy and the Argentina goal is for 40 is bullshit. That's bullshit.
Fuck that. Fuck it. I'm hard for 40. Hell no, dude. No way.
I honestly
I'll give you
believe
Nacho for him, and that's it.
if it means not getting, if getting a striker means we're not getting a new goalie, I'm with it.
100%.
I want us to have goals next year. I want us to have overdose of goals. I want to win games 4-2, 3-1, 3-2. You feel me? I'm okay with that. Let's win games like that.
I don't want
So Casey, if we get Gyökeres or if we get Osimhen, right, which I would rather have, but point is, if we get one of those 2 number 9s, would you be okay with having Onana still as a goalkeeper?
Yes.
All right.
I wouldn't have the dread I did last year going down 1-0 in the first half and going into halftime like, fuck, how are we going to get? We got to get 2. We can't barely score 1.
I feel you.
So now you're hoping that we get a draw.
Just think if we have a game where we go into halftime up 2-0 versus down.
No, I completely understand. It puts just more pressure on a goalkeeper to make that save, and it's just like it just heightens any mistake that the goalkeeper has to that it does, right? Like
takes pressure off him.
Just puts more of a microscope on that. So just to give some of these comments, I'm gonna read through them. Just be patient with me, guys. It says Matthew Fisher. One of his comments said that he had to bring one of his Spursy friends to the not friends, his boss, because it was a regular season game. Then he said, as for the finals, United played like a Spursy side in it. We didn't earn that win. Spursy side scored a Spursy goal though.
And that's like facts. That's facts.
Yep. Beto saying there is a 6-man striker short list. We are definitely getting a striker. And Fisher over here saying our formation is 3-4-3. We don't need wingers anymore. They won't play an Amarim system. That's why Rashi and the Garni and the Anthonys need to be sold.
Well, that's facts too.
Hancho11 here giving us a player said, I like Angelo Stiller, the midfield of Stuttgart. If Real Madrid don't get him, he will be the dream.
Okay. And
shout out to Gorbat. Gorbat, cheers, boys.
I love Hancho 11.
Yep.
These are deep cuts.
I love Hancho 11.
I know these dudes.
Cheers out to Gorbat. Cheers, boys.
What's up, Gorbat?
I know I murdered those. I'm sorry. I got to get some more nuts.
What? Hey, yo. Hey. I know this is United Untapped.
Man, that ain't like pause.
But this ain't United After Dark.
You know, going back to what Hanko said, we don't talk about midfielders that much coming in. I think they're gonna. That's one position that might get sacrificed.
I think we could probably pick up like a nice little improvement, maybe in January, or if sales all of a sudden
check it out. I mean,
we get 5 guys out like. Oh, they want to buy this guy. They want to buy this guy. Okay, cool.
For a 2-man midfield. I'm sorry. Go ahead, B.
No. Go ahead.
For a 2-man midfield, we're gonna have Collier, Mainu, Casemiro, Ugarte, Bruno. Am I missing somebody?
I think so.
Would you drop Mount in the mid? No, we got to keep Mount up there. We got to keep.
Beto, Xerxes is dropping
Mount's
to a
good for
10 to replace
resting,
Erickson.
Boy,
Zersky is dropping to a 10 to replace Erickson.
That's all you're getting.
I mean,
Xerxes not a 9, so I mean, I'd rather have him in the 10, to be honest.
I don't know. This is
all
Mikey.
right.
Mikey's gonna kill me for what I'm about to say. All y'all about to kill me for what I'm about to say. I think with the additions of Cunha and Bumo, we're gonna see a different Rasmus Holland. So my new prediction is Rasmus will score 15 goals next year.
Got it.
So
Shout out Mr. Green.
Not
Shout out
only
Mr. Green.
playing, but he's going to score 15.
Well, just think about it. We're gonna have these
You
natural
talking all
10s.
comps? 15 all comps or league?
Yeah, all comps. I'm not gonna do that to myself again.
Okay.
All comps. So in the league, what that mean? He might score what, like 9, some shit like that. But just think, keep it real fast. And Bumo and Cunha, they're gonna be drawing attention. They're gonna be able to score and draw attention. They're gonna see. They're mature guys. These guys play in the Premier League. They're gonna see people collapsing on them and be able to pass it to Rasmus. I know someone is killing me, huh?
Yeah, I'll get to the comments. Finish your thought, Casey.
And they're going to be able to distribute the ball better than Garnacho did, than Rashford did for Rasmus. So we might see Rasmus unlocked just because he's going to have 2 veteran 10s around there who understand the game and will be able to see him. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to be able to coach his young ass up and be like, bro, you need to be here so we can help you. You know what I'm saying? Stop being way back there by the midfielders and doing your little weak ass wrestling hold up play. We need you in the box, my G. Because me and Bruno, we're flying. We're doing a team. So you need to be up here.
Likes to set picks for some reason.
So my point is,
a pick for nobody.
Okay, now go with the battering. See what everybody has to say about my comments.
So shout out Mr. Green. Thanks for joining the chat.
Green?
Yamal is 10 times a player and way more humble. Maybe he a player for sure because he got them. He got that pull with them influencers.
You gotta be talking about Garnacho, right?
He's gotta be talking about Garnacho.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Hancho saying Amorim sacrifices the midfield with his system and stubbornness. And Fisher out here saying I hate Martinez, but Martinez over Onana. No, that's it.
Martinez?
Not for 40 though. Not for 40.
I love the butcher. I love it.
Beto, our defense at mid is okay. It's our striking that needs some nuts.
What's going on with the nuts tonight?
Ancho, again, you tripping now with the Hoyland statement. That's for you, Casey.
Yeah.
And,
Ancho, so you don't think? Go ahead.
Mikey on that. Rasmus a bum. Yep. Beto, Mbumo, and Cunha have like 20 assists between them. It's not all goals. Not only that, they are fast. Hancho 11. If Hoyland plays, Cunha and Mbumo will go both crazy. Sorry. Cunha and Mbumo will go both crazy. Yep. And Beto, Mikey, there is a player there. And Mr. Green, no, there isn't. Rasmus, wow.
I don't think that.
Okay.
And Mbumo led the Premier League in crosses last year. And like, if you can't one time, if you don't have some aerial game, like that goes wasted. And I don't think Rasmus has either.
Yep. It's exactly what you're saying. You can have all these beautiful crosses or passes through balls from Mbumo or Cunha, but you need a striker to be able to finish, right? And Rasmus last season, what he displayed, kind of didn't give any of us faith to be able to one tap, one touch, whatever it may be. You need to do as a striker to be clinical.
He's got to collect it first. He can't one time.
And like you guys said, sometimes he's like a little too preoccupied on wanting to win that physical battle with that center back instead of just trying to like get that speed or that one step on him or whatnot. It's just like he's all just too much grit, not enough. I don't know, not enough. Sometimes you need a little bit of just that finesse around. Go ahead, Casey.
I am not saying I want Rasmus to be our starting striker next year. I'm just saying if we brought in one striker, let me just, my dream is bring in
We're not
Um,
trashing you. I'm not
no,
trashing
no,
you.
no, no, because I think everybody's thinking I'm saying he's going to be our main guy. No, I want Gutierrez. I want Victor Gutierrez. I want Rasmus to be the backup. So just think as our backup, he puts in 15 goals and whatnot in all comps. That's balling. That's balling.
As a second string, that's killer. I would
That's
take that.
killer.
I would
And
take
actually,
that
let me
as a
change
second
that.
string.
Let me drop
Absolutely.
the number from 15 to 10. Sorry, as a backup, if he put in 10 goals in all comps, he did the business. If Victor can put in about 20 or more from all comps, that's 30 goals right there. If we can then Boomo put in about what 12 to 15 goals in all comps, that's 4 goals right there. Cunha puts in
Our goal
12 to 15.
differential
Yeah,
needs
our
work.
goal differential is popping right now. Amado be scoring. Bruno be scoring.
Amati
Mason
gets
Mount,
so much
maybe
space.
Mason Mount will score.
Yeah.
You see how things are, we can bring in Cheeto in there. He might get 2 goals. Now we're looking different.
Honestly, I think Cheeto takes the number 2 spot come like
From what
February.
I've seen, hell
From
yeah, my G.
Come like February, March. I guarantee you, like I think he'll overtake Rasmus.
As much as I was just riding Rasmus, pause.
Damn. Hey
Obi's
yo,
Obi's better than him. Oh, what Obi's
Dude,
showing?
Cheeto's he ain't for 20 years old. He ain't 20 years old.
He got game savvy, huh? He got game savvy.
but let's
He's got
but
that.
it's but,
He's
but
got
let's
like old
also
soul brain, and he's got like that. I think that kid's gonna be he'll be
but
our
let's
star.
also let's also like kind of like pause on that for a second in the sense of like let's not glaze Cheeto so much on the small sample size and let's just not put too much on him because then we're so quick to say this is the next guy, this is
This
the
is why I
next
want to
savior,
get
he's going to be
a
that.
proper 9 in. So
Yeah, we want to get a proper 9 for a
3
few years in and then just kind of let him be that
Um,
understudy for like the next 2 seasons and
he
whatnot.
gets the cup
So you can
minute.
you're right. So you can get that timing, that like that frame on him, just so he can learn from like a true number 9 on how to operate in this system.
Yeah,
it's
Right?
it's
Instead of
vital
having
that we
him go
bring
up
in a
there.
9. It's vital we bring in a
Yep.
9.
100% it is. I'll take Onana leaking 5 or 6 goals this year if our goal differential goes up 15 or 20.
I'm
You know what I
telling
mean?
you, just that your goalie has less stress on him to prevent goals. I mean, every time we went in that half and it was 0-0, Anana was like,
Yep.
shit, I got to be special because
I
who's
got
going
to
to
fit the
score a
perfect
goal?
game. Yeah.
Who's going to score? If Bruno don't score, we're fucked. We're just so.
I honestly feel like this is why De Gea started falling off because we didn't have the scoring potential those last year or two that we had before, and so you can't
Hey,
put
Brian.
that on.
Brian, good insight on that, or good analogy. You kind of have to be like that number 1 starter because in baseball, you can be the best of the best, but if you don't get no run support, that just puts more stress on you. And as a
You
goalkeeper,
can throw
he
one
can
hitter
be,
all day and lose.
yeah,
Game.
you can be like a B, C average goalkeeper, but if your offense or your attacking threat, shout out Casey, that's what's up. World
Matthew
Series
Fisher,
champs.
you see that, right?
Exactly.
Matthew Fisher. We beat the Yankees, Matthew Fisher.
But if your attack is not, giving you that support on goals, any little thing, you're just gonna either second guess,
Nobody can walk
get in
that
your head a
tight
little bit
game
more.
after game.
Yeah. And maybe saves or maybe something that you could have done, when you have a little bit less pressure on you. But that's the name of the game, man. If it was the 5th, we all be lit.
Exactly.
Yeah. Man, we used to say that in high school so much.
Yep.
And we didn't even know what the
Matthew,
5th was, really. We were just saying
it. and Matthew here saying that's actually a good comment. We need better wingbacks that can hustle up and down the pitch better than old ass injured prone Shaw and the low that has no defense and that
Shaw's
cannot put
not
a good
starting next
cross
year at wingback.
and that cannot put a good cross, which is crucial for a wingback. And I don't know what Beto is smoking on, when Rasmus scores double digits next year, I want a public apology from all of you.
Oh, all
Damn.
right. Beto's
All right.
on the Casey train then.
Beto
Whoa,
on that.
whoa. I am being.
Yeah, he's in your tribe, man. He's in your tribe. You went from 15 to 10.
What type of product you be giving him, Case? What type
Huh?
of,
Yeah,
what
right.
type of
Beto's
product you
on
be
that.
giving him?
He's on that za. He's on that zaza.
Beto's got the
Oh
big
my
deal.
god.
Rod Squad.
Hancho saying I like a bit the idea of Xerxes though. He can be our Firmino and Cunha and Bumo, our Salah and Mane.
Ooh.
I like Xerxes. He definitely has a purpose here.
I
It's
get
just
the
not-
Firmino. I see it.
He can hold
like
up the
Hancho.
ball and he can pass it up. He can progress it. Like
Yeah.
he can. Xerxes has some purpose for it.
Yeah, hopefully, he comes, he's going to come back a little bit fit. Well, he was never overweight. I just think he needs to get a little bit more explosive, but you can do that in the offseason. You can get more plyometrics, baby, Olympic lifts.
Thanks, Mr. Green, for that banter. Beto double digits, it don't count in MLS. LOL.
Oh damn!
Oh,
So,
wow.
hey, Beto's doubling down. He's like, I'm telling you guys, we will see next season Rasmus dropping double digits. All right,
So-
just mark it today, man. It's summer, June
I mean-
22nd.
Number 2, I'll
Beto's
take
saying
it.
double digits on Rasmus.
10 goals is double digits. He should be doing that. He should
Give
be
it a
doing
10
that.
in like 3 years, man. Come on.
See, y'all got to listen to Beto's madness.
All right,
He's saying double digits. That's 10 goals.
in all
Just
comps
think about
or
it.
just the Premier League?
It's got to be all comps. Beto, you better say all comps. It's on Beto. It's his thing. I'm saying all
Cheeseman
comps.
wants to see the receipt. Cheeseman is fucking auditing better.
This is the madness. If Rasmus is our starting striker and he only scored 10 goals, he's shit again. It's shit again. So he's got to be a backup scorer 10. Is that fair?
If he could score 10 as a backup, I mean, he could score 10 starting. But
Nah, that ain't acceptable.
I am hoping that you guys are right.
Also,
Yeah, we want
Marcus
this to be
keeping the
right.
receipts. Marcus
I
keeping
want
the
him to
receipts.
succeed.
Man.
I don't want him to not.
Yeah,
score.
we want him to be. Listen, we're not hating, but
No,
what we're
yeah.
looking is for the sample size. He's been with the club for 2 seasons, right?
Probably-
Yeah.
He hasn't scored 20 goals in 2 years. He scored maybe 15. All gone.
Maybe.
Somebody verify it. Somebody Google my ass.
What are they saying in the comments?
So Cheese is saying pretty sure his name translates to trash in some languages.
Oh damn!
That's his
That's
job. And Beto is saying in the Premier League. Double digits in the
Beto.
Premier League.
Beto
He's
is
saying-
on one.
He's saying all comps, I say 15-ish.
In 2 seasons, Rasmus has scored. Hold on. That can't be right.
Take out the national team shit. He scores for the national.
Hold on. Oh, United. Oh, hold on. It looks like he's not even done 20. You're right. He's done 4, 10. He's done 20 in 2 seasons. He's done 20 in all comps. He's done 20 in all comps in 2 seasons.
That's 10 each season, averages out.
Yeah, by calling around the button. Hell yeah.
Yeah, 20.
I was just guessing.
Wow, that's crazy. That's in
So, Mark Stanton.
Well, you want
Cheeseman
to do
Stan
that
is
on the
if
bench? I mean, with the to be honest, to be fair, with Cunha and if Mbuemo comes, he could get the service, but I don't know that he can deal with the service they provide. I don't know that he's dynamic, quick, and agile enough to do that.
Well, what he doesn't show is timing when he attacks the box. He's always way too late.
Not good.
He's always
He's always
way
at the
too late.
wrong place at the wrong time.
Right. So it's
Or
something
he's
I
on
don't
his
know.
back.
But that can be taught, though. Don't we believe that can be taught? That's something that can be taught. I mean, it's all reading the game, reading
Yeah,
your teammates. One thing you could say to to help him, the 10 that we had weren't really consistent. Like Ganacho never passed. Ganacho would pass one game and don't pass for 7 games. So it was just it's he's never had reliable service or a consistent
that's
person to
fair.
play with him. So we're trying to help him. But Beto is saying he's going to score what, 10 in the Premier League?
He said
Yeah,
10
10.
Prem and 15 all comps, I think.
All right, Beto, you said it.
I'll put
So
20
Beto's saying
bucks
he
that
scores 10 last season and
I don't
16
want
the
that.
first
Okay.
season
I
in
don't
all
want that against
comps.
him. I don't want that against him.
But I second with Mr. Green is saying Rasmus isn't intelligent enough to get into a scoring position. Yeah, I believe he doesn't have that
Wait a
IQ
minute. Wait a
that a
minute. Wait a
striker
minute.
needs.
He scored 10 last season in
That's
all
what
comps.
Beto was saying. He scored 10 last season and 16 the first season in all comps. He said, I got the proof.
26 in all comps in the last 2 years.
Oh yeah, we did play the Champions League. I forgot. I didn't look at the Champions League at the bottom. Beto's right. So it's 25.
That's not counting national team, right?
No. EFL Cup, he scored none.
He was good in
Europa,
Europa Club.
Europa, he scored 6. Champions League, he scored 5. So that's 11.
He was good in Europa or Europe.
Um, and he scored 14. So 14.
This is all right. So
That's
25,
not bad.
26. All right.
It's all right. Okay.
For a starter, and now you go want to do more with less minutes.
But it's still from the eyeball test. It looked ugly. It was a lot of games where remember he would go like 5 games and don't even touch the ball. Two
I don't
games he
think
doesn't even
he's
touch the
got.
ball.
I don't think he's got the touch on his head to put in a lot of like aerial crosses.
But we got to remember we're talking about a 20-year-old. You know?
Hey,
Right.
but like just like Mr. Green here is saying, he should know it by now, Casey. All the kids come up through pro academies. So all this stuff you're saying about being up around the box, knowing how to just be in the position to score goals, that's something that he should know
Well,
by now
he's
because
been
he's
working
come up
with
through these
Emmer all
academies.
years since he came over, and like get yourself in the position. Okay, he might do better under a different system or in a different league. I'm not mad. I don't want to ship him, but
I don't think we'll sell him
I don't think
because we're still going to have depth issues. We can't go into the season with one striker.
no.
He's a backup. He's going to be our backup. We
That's
need to
why
get-
we have to sign a number 9 and let him
Yeah.
learn, and hopefully he does come around. Like I like the
Yeah.
kid. I like
Guys,
the
we're
kid.
not going to sign 2 strikers this summer. We're not going to
No.
sign 2 strikers.
Absolutely not.
So selling him
But-
makes no sense.
But it looks like almost everyone here just kind of sees the same thing. He's trash. Mikey saying trash, 20-year-old trash. 20-year-old trash.
Trash is so harsh.
toxic
Can we
ass.
just
Yeah,
say
it is
Yeah.
harsh.
this says inexperience. He's I can't even say raw. It's just he's not ready to lead the line. He needs
Not as a starter.
But when will he ever for a team like United? What you see here, does it even give you, like I said, any faith that he could possibly do that? And maybe he showed a glimpse the first season around, but it looks like maybe the league figured him out. He digressed a little bit on the second year because typically on your second year you're supposed to see some flashes of more brilliance, progression, but instead we saw the opposite. Granted, different system, right? Coming from Eric Ten Hag now to Amorim, but still, you should see some type of flashes of like, okay, we see what he's trying to do there, we see what he's trying to do here, but you see none of that. You see him just trying to
How
wrestle with
many
players,
20-year-olds have
never
we
be in
seen
position. Not many, but
Just Wayne Rooney.
I get you, but in this team right here, I get it. A lot of things were set up for him to fail. But even just some
exactly.
glimpses, but he's at least some glimpses of like some flashes to say that's the reason why we got him. We saw none of that. You can say we see some of that with Garnacho, with
We got some tap ins and some.
Kabi, yeah. But it's very difficult. It was very difficult to say that with Erasmus this year.
But not every guy has to be like we don't have to sign everybody just to be like, oh, you're going to be, 10-star, whatever. Like, he could fill his role for a year or two as the number 2 backup. He could play in the cups while whoever we sign as our main striker gets some rest. And then we ship him on, and then that's it. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have to be in love with everybody. They just have to serve a purpose for a season, 2 seasons,
Listen,
3 seasons.
Rasmus is going to be one of our backup strikers next year. Anybody disagree?
Not leaving. I agree, 100%.
So the point is that we need our new leadership to bring in a quality veteran striker who's played and scored goals. That's it. And if you don't do that, then we're going to talk about Rasmus being trash, not worthy.
He's not going to be one to develop under. You know what I mean?
I get you, man. But I think it has to do, like the comments are saying that too. It's that price tag. That price tag warranted more than just what we're seeing.
But that's not his fault.
I know it's not his fault, but it just comes with the It just comes with the territory of the money they paid for him playing for United. And if you're not good enough to play for this team, you're just not good enough. Like we saw with Anthony, some of the comments he said, he had more fun playing at a different team than here because playing for United is a different beast. Playing for United is like playing for Real Madrid, playing for the Lakers. It's just playing for that name. It's just a huge name, and not everyone can do that. Not everyone is cut for that. Lamine Yamal, he's 17 years old, like Mr. Green is saying on his comment. Lamine Yamal just turned 17 in soccer. When you're good enough, you're old enough too. He's 17. The lights are not too big for him because he's good enough to play for that team. If he was good enough for this team, we wouldn't be saying, oh, he's too young. He's just not. He's just not it.
That kid's 21, 22. I bet you that ego is going to be hopping.
Listen, there's going to be a couple unicorns in the group now. There's going to be some unicorns in the group. Yeah. But I think it's easier to be a unicorn in La Liga than in the Premier League.
No, because now we're going to get into like I get it. I get what you're saying, Casey. I feel where you're coming from, but let's not disrespect either La Liga either. You got ballers there too.
La Liga is no slouch.
Yeah, but we're talking about okay.
So you're saying, because now you're going to the argument. You're saying that Messi is not a unicorn then, because if he played in the Premier League, he would have never done what he did.
Cristiano's more a unicorn. Cristiano's done it in the Premier League. Cristiano's done it in Italy.
Messi tore up Chelsea. He tore up United. He tore up any Premier League team you brought him.
Messi's a unicorn.
Also, go by Mr. Green's comment, like that would mean that Obi's ready to get up there and take that 9 shirt.
No, he's not.
I don't think
Manchester United. Not Manchester United.
Yeah, you got to develop that mentality and like break him into the first team.
But I can see Obi going to a team in Germany playing.
I don't want to send him nowhere.
I'd rather see him go to the championship. If anywhere, I don't want him to go to. I want him to leave England. If he leaves and we send him alone, I would hope it's in the championship because it's a little bit just as physical as.
Obi will be the number 2 over Rasmus by Valentine's Day, even when we sign up proper 9. Obi will be the number 2 over Rasmus.
I can see that happening.
I guarantee that happening. Obi's gonna play some cup games. He's gonna do this. I think we got a little gem in that kid, and he seems to be able to.
Man, we've talked about Rasmus for a long ass time, but that just shows how goals are important. Goals are important, and goals cost money. Goals don't come cheap. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
That's one thing. We don't have goals, and we spend a lot of money on these Sanchos, Garnachos, Rashfords. The Rasmuses, the Zerskis. That's like over 200 mil in player.
Mm-hmm.
And for what we have for goals, that's trash.
100%.
I get you,
He
man.
does
Yeah,
it for Spain.
And
Are we
just to
talking
switch
about?
gears up, on here, you little quick, Casey, what you think about Jamaica and what they've been doing lately in the Gold Cup?
Oh
I know I'm not trying
man.
to turn this
Look
sour,
at
but
boys.
I think first of all of us have CONCACAF teams here. Mr. Green, you, uh, B, the
I
The
reluctantly support that. I
Trinidadians.
reluctantly support the U.S.
We can all say, I'm sorry, everybody who's tuning in. This is where we're going to drift off from the Manchester United talk. This is what the show's all about. We can all say CONCACAF is a disappointment overall as a region. There's too much corruption. There's too much wasted of funds. We have so much talent. Jamaica's got so much talent to represent this country. We just lost to Guatemala for the first time in Jamaican history. With the talent pool we have to draw from, it's embarrassing. Steve McLaren as a coach has been a disaster. But the biggest disappointment to me, I'm going to talk shit since we're there. I'm not talking shit. It's Mexico. Mexico's the biggest disappointment in our region. And I love Mexico. I think Mexico should be representing CONCACAF a lot better internationally. I've given up on USA. USA is a disaster. USA, this is gonna come up. We're at war, but
Oh, man.
USA is just they're struggling tonight. I heard.
they don't know how to get their communication up together with their players.
2-1 with a late winner. Malik Tillman, that kid will be all right for it. But yeah, U.S. is trash.
Canada's doing the best to me.
We're gonna
Canada
play
represent.
U.S.
Yeah, man. Shout out Mr.
Mexico,
Green, Canada.
Costa Rica in the next round, and
Yeah, well, right now Mexico's playing against Costa Rica.
whoever wins this or whoever loses this game, we play the U.S.
Yeah, so that's why it's Mexico needs to win this game, and it's a pretty big game because Costa Rica, the manager for Costa Rica, he used to coach. He's Mexican, so he used to coach for the Mexican national team. So he really wants to be Mexico.
I'd rather
like
U.S.
you said,
play
Casey.
Mexico.
Yeah, me too. But just like you said, we've been a disappointment in Mexico. I'm speaking on that. They could do better. They should be doing better, but it just goes to a bigger issue about just how a lot of their talent pool, they suppress it. The youth, they should be playing more. They should be being sold abroad, but because they pay just much more money in the Mexican league, what's your incentive to kind of leave, right? If they're going to pay you 5 or 6 or 8 mil to stay domestically instead of you having to go internationally and maybe struggle for a starting spot and get paid 1 or 2 mil, when you tell a young kid coming from the hood, you could say, or someone from like poverty, it's going to be a no-brainer. They're going to want to stay domestically. But yeah, man, it's been a disappointment, but also it's been a little bit exciting to see the FIFA Club World Cup, just kind of seeing the fan bases all over the bud. Yeah, that's been interesting because you start seeing the different fan bases all over the world, Argentina, Brazil, Mexico. You kind of really see how these cultures are. Yeah, man.
The Brazilian league is represented themselves very nice.
Oh, Brazil, man, they've been winning. You've seen the results?
I think I know they played 7 games, they've won 5 and drew 2 or something like that.
Yep.
PSG lost. Chelsea's. That was what's his name? Nicholas Jackson. The rumor is.
Did you see that tackle?
The rumor is he was in a bad mood because it was his birthday, and nobody told him happy birthday because there was a surprise party for him after the match.
Come on.
So he went to the game with a pissy attitude. That's why when he came in immediately, he got a red card because he was mad all day because no one told him happy birthday. So the joke is, and I heard this from a Chelsea friend, they said that he did not realize, well, after the game, they had this huge surprise party set up for him, and he looked like an asshole because he had a red card and cost him the match. And so everybody's at a surprise party like, hey, surprise. That's why we're ignoring you today because we had a surprise party for you. Isn't the world crazy? So he came in with a pissy attitude and cost his team a match because no one told him happy birthday.
He,
Funny.
Damn.
that was a nasty tackle. That was a nasty tackle.
That is a funny story. That I wish
Yeah,
it was
but what I wanted to say on that is like you start seeing the different styles in all these different leagues. You know,
Oh
like
yeah.
in Europe, I think I saw this somewhere in a post or something I was reading that in Europe you want more of that pace, you want passes, quick passes, right? And then in South America you see a little bit more of that individual style or brilliance you're able to see in some of these goals. And this just the grittiness and the defense they play. And it hasn't been easy for some of these teams. For the South American teams, they've been putting up some good fights. But at least for my end, it's been disappointing seeing some of the teams in Liga MX.
Yeah.
Except for Monterrey. I know last time you guys were talking about it. Monterrey, they're called Rayados. That's a team from the northern part of Mexico. I would equate it something to like a Juventus type of thing where they're like more, they got the money to spend. They're more so here for a short-term gain. That's why they got Sergio Ramos over there from Real Madrid. He's out there playing as a center back. Shout out to them for putting kind of Liga MX on the forefront because they tied against who was it? Inter, and then they also tied against Boca Juniors, was the River Plate. They played one of the Argentinian teams. But today was like the worst type of showing. Pachuca, their team in Mexico as well. They lost like 3-1 or 4-1 against Real Madrid, and Real Madrid.
And they were down a man, right?
Down a man, exactly. Pachuca, they're a lot of people in Mexico like them because they're more so for the youth movement. I would say they're kind of like just to kind of for you guys to understand, they're kind of like an Ajax or like a Porto. So they kind of want to develop youth players. They have a university. They play in a higher altitude. So they kind of want to develop young players and they'll sell them here and there. So that's why more of the purest fan in Mexico is a fan of them or they'll watch them.
How's MLS doing in it?
MLS, I think they got knocked out.
No, Miami's still involved, aren't they?
Well, I'm talking about. When
I think LAFC is playing right now. I don't know.
LAFC is getting knocked out, or they got knocked out already, right?
We're
Yeah,
done.
they lost
we
twice.
got our third game.
The Sounders got knocked out. The Sounders got knocked
are
out.
out. I don't think Messi was doing good.
Messi's won one and drew one, or one.
I don't know why they're in there to begin with, other than
Money, FIFA.
It's FIFA, but yeah, MLS. And it's funny because I'm in a LAFC fan group, and people are like losing their minds, like, "How are we this bad?" And I'm like, "It's fucking Chelsea, dude. Like, fuck Chelsea." But like, you thought you were gonna stand up against the EPL?
Oh shit! No,
they're like Tunis, and most of these people don't know where Tunisia is. I'm like,
there's levels to this. There's levels to this, right?
I'm like, yeah, you could. I made a post in the group because you could tell who just follows MLS strictly, and then there's people that follow Global's footy, and it's like, well, yeah, did you think we were gonna come out over Flamengo or Chelsea? We're gonna come out because 2 out of the 4 go on, so it's like, who are we doing better than? No, Flamengo, I don't know, like, dude.
Hold on, let's see here.
3-1.
Where's the groups here? I'm looking at the groups. I don't see where Miami is. What group is Miami in?
Where Saudi is in the CONCACAF.
Oh, they're second in their group. Inter Miami's second.
There's one more game though, I think. There's a game left.
They play Palomares.
I mean,
Botafogo is at the top of PSG and Atletico. That's dope. Bayern is leading their group over Benfica and Boca Juniors. Flamengo's leading their group over Chelsea. LFC's last in that group. What else we got? Shoot. Juventus is leading their group over Man City. Real Madrid lead their group over RB Salzburg. So Miami's representing.
Miami's doing okay.
Well, because he got FIFA backing him up because of Messi.
That's the whole point. They keep, and it's funny because FIFA hasn't figured it out yet. Like, Messi isn't really a draw here. It's like the first year, yeah. But now, like, he's
Oh, it's not a big draw
now
anymore?
he's a regular. It don't fucking matter. Goddamn. So they keep using them for because with U.S. games, how come nobody's here on a Wednesday at noon? Well, America, we get to, slave away. Usually at noon, we're eating lunch and maybe we can tune in on our phones, but you got to take a day off. You got to do this. You got to do that. Like, it's a different beast to hold these things in the States versus Europe or most really anywhere else besides America.
Inter Miami plays Palmeiras tomorrow for whoever wins that game wins their division.
I got Palmeiras. I think they're a Brazilian team, so they're for sure gonna want to take it to Messi. That whole Brazil, Argentina thing.
Man City's beating Al Adid 3-0 right now. And that's the only game going on right now. And Oklahoma City's about to win.
There's a lot of sports right now. Hopefully, we'll be in those finals soon, especially with ourselves with the Lakers. Right,
isn't it crazy that? Yeah, isn't it crazy
the
how the
Lakers nuts.
Hey, man, the Lakers officially, Casey, LA is in getting that Abu Dhabi Saudi money, man. That's what's going on. I mean, obviously they can't.
Was it 10?
Obviously, no. Well, the thing is that Mark Walters, the one that's heading the sale, right? He's the one that owns the Dodgers. They own the Chelsea. So what they did a few months ago or something like that, they did a fundraiser, right? I think they raised like $15 billion. But the money that they got was from like Abu Dhabi. That was like private equity that they got funded from. So that money that's funding this purchase of the Lakers is coming from Abu Dhabi.
And is it they only bought 66%?
Yep. They didn't buy the whole thing. They only
for $10 billion?
Man, Genie Buzz.
Oh, I know the Glazers are pissed. I know the Glazers are pissed off.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, there's money out there to be had, but damn.
That was wild.
For $10 billion, and they sold all the Celtics for 6.1.
Yep. We got the wrong owner. We got the wrong owner.
We
should get this guy to. He would have just gone up front and said, "Here you go. Here's a $10 bill."
$10 bill for 66%.
Yep.
That's crazy. So the Lakers are valued really about $14 billion, which is insane. That's insane. Think about that, gentlemen. But see, the Lakers own
Casey, think about it. It's not even any real estate the Lakers own. The Lakers don't even own crypto. It's just a name. It's just a brand, Lakers.
That's insane.
At least with the Dodgers, you got the real estate. You got like Chavez Ravine. And when you get Manchester, you get what? Carrington. You get the Old Trafford.
That just makes me feel like the Glazers were really trying to sell the team. Because there was money out there to get the team. There's money.
This is just showing to you the proper way to buy a team. Mark Walters was already a minority owner of the Lakers. So through years, he kind of learned how this thing operates. He's buying the majority stakes over here from the Buss family. And he's going to throw resources to scouting, to everything else, to the facilities. Just to give you a little insight, the Dodgers are the only team in the major leagues that has two planes. One plane that flies just the players and another plane that flies like the news outlet, like the reporters and all that. So they separate.
Really?
Yeah, man. They got that. They got that cheese.
They got that cheese.
Exactly.
It's wild because like the Lakers, crypto only holds 16,000.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's 18, but close.
So, I mean, when you think about ticket sales, and it's not like they're filling the Rose Bowl every night. You know what I mean? That's all merch money, licensing.
Yeah, it's the licensing. It's the name. It's
the brand name. That's what makes the money.
It's the California market. It's a trillion. It's a $7 trillion market. We can be our own country. But we're not going to get into all that. We got to get anything else y'all guys want to touch on?
Not much, man. This was.
I want to ask you guys.
What's up?
I want to ask you an honest question. Do any of you guys watch Mark Goldbridge?
I haven't really watched his stuff in a while. I used to watch his stuff when you were putting me on, Casey. So I would watch his stuff every morning, but I think for the last 6 months, 7 months, I haven't really been seeing his stuff as much here and there.
I think he's interesting. I think I just don't get it because I got into it someone this weekend and I was like, oh, I just see Mark Goldbridge. And one of my boys in the chat group and he was just like, what are you watching? He's plastic. He's not even a real supporter. He's from his family really supports is it Force or something like that. So basically, I guess he lives somewhere in London or whatever. But I was saying to the person who was arguing with me, I was like, bro, you live in Santa Clarita. What the fuck are you talking about? And you support Manchester United. So what are you talking about? He doesn't live in Manchester and he says he's a big Manchester United supporter. I said, we know everybody in United View lives in London, supports Manchester United. I'm just gonna put it out there right now. There's a few people who work for Stratford Paddock who don't live in Manchester. Yes, Webber O'Neill lives in Manchester. A guy at what's the guy? Oh God, he does. Oh God, I'm not even thinking his name. But anyway, it's hypocritical to say he's not a United supporter because he lives in London. There's so many people who don't live in Manchester or have platforms. God, what's my guy's name, man? He has a good one. Come on.
The
But anyway,
global United fan base is probably multiple times bigger than the population of all the UK.
of course, of course.
Hey,
Hey man, I run into United fans all the time at work.
I don't know how many people in the UK, but if you're just wanting it to be all Manchester, Manchester isn't a huge place.
I know people that I only know because they're Manchester United supporters. Like I'll walk down the street and someone be like, I'm like, where did I know you from? He goes, United, yeah. I'll say, oh yeah, that's right. That's right. People come in my job all the time, be like, and they see my posters in my office, they be like, oh wow, yeah. I'm a huge Man U supporter. Like, no, Manchester. But anyway, it's just weird to me. I just think it's weird for people who are stateside who try to diss Mark Goldbridge. What's that comment says?
I know, because Mr. Green was just saying he loves the black and gold kits, and I was telling him, yeah, I love those too.
Oh, we talked about the kids, Mr. Green. I miss a traditional white kit. I think we've lost that aspect. We've ventured from that. Like this year's second kit, it's got green and blue or shit on there with the white. I just want us to have a traditional white kit. I do like the black and gold kit though. It's sharp. It's cool. It's pretty cool. It's gonna make a bag of money.
Oh yeah.
I'll try to get every red kit. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get this one. Did I get last year's red kit? I don't think I did. But I don't want the kit should I get the kit from the worst season ever? I don't know. It's a tough one. Well, anything else you guys want to get off your chest? I gotta go walking, man. I'm letting myself go. I'm letting myself go.
I'm heading out right now to Koreatown, so you know how that is from San Gabriel Valley to Koreatown. Get that drive right now.
Damn, you gonna go out there? What are you gonna do out there? Eat?
Yeah. Yep. Meeting the family out there.
Should be dead by now.
Traffic will be dead.
Yeah, man. Everybody, we're living some crazy times today. Everybody, just to make sure you just stay close to your people, man, and navigate through this shit. It's funny. We have the pleasure where we all can sit at home and watch sports and drink beers. Remember, drink responsible. Talk to our friends, and there's 2 active wars going on right now. This shit's crazy to me. I know people on both sides on every war. On
That's how it
both
is in
sides in
LA.
every war. I know people on both sides, and I talk to them daily. And it's like, one side you be like, man, how you doing? And they be like, man, I'm just worried about my family. And I talk to the other side like, man, I'm just worried about my family. And my biggest worry today is I need to go fold my laundry.
All right.
It's just
All
crazy.
right.
It's a beautiful place, but I enjoyed tonight's show. We'll do
Enjoy
this
the
next
tennis show.
Friday. This is the
For sure.
makeup for Friday show we missed. I went to go see little nephew play quarterback. It's crazy in youth sports in the United States how much I'm looking at sponsors and videos and YouTube, and I'm like, this dude's only 11 years old. It's crazy. At a predominant university, it's just so much pressure. Parents are talking to kids like they're getting ready to go to an NFL camp. I'm just like, damn, it was not like this. I just looked at my nephew like, are you having fun? He's like, yeah, I'm having fun. I just wish everybody will back up. He said, but he's a quarterback. Got a big arm. He has good touch. Only thing is, I think he just stands. I can tell when he's gonna. I can tell when it's a running play versus the passing play. Because whenever it's a running play, he has a demeanor. He just stands so still. But running play, his body comes. A passing play, his body comes alive. But with a running play, he's just like, I'm like, dude, you gotta get these manners. But anyway, that's nothing to do with your Manchester United. Talk to you guys off. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. I want to thank everybody tuning in from India, from England, from the States, from the South, from Canada. We had a good time. Uh, don't expect much moving this week, everybody. I think we're all waiting till July 1st because that starts the new financial fiscal year, whatever. So I think what Manchester United's plan was to get Cunha signed, get that one done, wrapped up. And Bumo seems to be okay waiting till July 1st. I think he's going to be the second signing. After that, it's anyone's guess. We'd hope it's a striker. But I remember coming into the season a lot this summer when the people are like, oh, maybe we should get 5 or 6 signings. I don't see that's possible because we're going to take a loss to somebody. We're going to take a loss to Garnacho, probably Rashford. But one thing about Garnacho and Rashford losses, we get all of it. Sancho, here, Juventus. Is it true? Juventus and Napoli likes him? Jesus, take him now.
We're a
Take him
feeder
now.
club for the Italian league right now.
Bro, if I was a player like Sancho and one of those guys, I would run to Italy. Not dissing what Scotty, but
Not,
what is done for his career, I would run to Italy.
Nacho would do well out there, I think.
Yeah.
He's going
he
to
would.
ball out there. He's going to ball out there. It's no denying it. I can't guarantee Sancho will ball out there, though. That's one thing I'll say that.
Let's get that selling clause with Nacho. That's all I want.
All right, gentlemen. Everybody out there, this is another one, United Untapped.
Thank you, Casey. And thank you, Brian, for having me on. Hopefully, I
Thank
can
you.
come on and be more of a regular on here with y'all. This is a great show. I love the format.
No,
you
you'll
guys
be
got
on next
going
Friday.
For sure. All right.
I'm going to watch Department Q tonight on Netflix. It's what I'm going to do. I'm excited. Chill out, fold laundry. And tomorrow we should have the South has something to say with Mikey and Ronaldo. That'll be on 5 p.m. Western, 8 p.m. Eastern. That's one of my favorite shows. Can't wait to see them. Tomorrow's going to be new Manchester United news, everybody. Never fails. We might have a video of Garnacho pushing some Manchester United kid down some stairs. I'm joking. That's terrible. But anyway, good show. Everybody have a good evening. Thank you for chiming in. Up the fucking Reds. Anything you guys want to say?
Salute.
B, parting words?
All good. Fuck
All
guys.
right, baby. One love. One love. Peace.